Chris in San Francisco, you're our first caller.
Hey, Russell, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, you're good.
All right, I'm Martin. How you doing, my man?
Just fine.
Good.
Thank you.
What
All
it
right,
is?
right on. Glad to hear it. Yes, Russell, this question is particularly geared toward you.
Okay.
I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist again, and I'm actually in the process of converting to Judaism at a Reformed synagogue, and I'm hella conflicted about
Why?
doing it because.
Why are you? Let me guess. Is it a woman?
Yeah, are you getting married or something?
Oh, no, not at all. The funny thing was, I was a theist prior to me watching your show and going over different arguments that you and Matt and Tracy and Jen, you all presented. And I came to a logical conclusion, and I was like, proving that for a God to exist, I might as well believe like in like the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus. I can't see it, I can't feel it, I can't detect it.
Okay, I'm
it's
with
outside
you.
of existence. And I'm just like, at first I thought the Jewish God was the right God, based off me comparing it to Christianity and realized that Christianity was illogical. But I'm just like, I still feel conflicted. There's no evidence of a creator that has like divine like characteristics. So I'm just like,
What is prompting
what's
this
your
conversion?
motivation to become a Jew?
You know, I fell in love with the Jewish culture. That would be really cool. And I just didn't want to lose that community. But now, you know, like I'm just like, it makes no sense for me to go ahead and go on through with it. I feel conflicted.
So have you got a group of Jewish people that you hang out with right now?
Not as of late.
Oh.
You know, we with my conversion class, we have hung out like on a few occasions, and they do know that I'm not religious per se, but at the same time, I'm just like, what do I do here? Because like I'm feeling there's no real need for me to continue on.
I'm just a little unsure, like, why you would be doing something like this. It's like, it strikes me as if you were like joining a bowling club, a bowling league for the social outlet, but you don't bowl. Like
exactly, that's my point. I was originally wanting to go ahead and continue on through with it, so I'll be able to have that community and, you know, the fellowships and things like that, and people at the synagogue that made her cool. But
well, surely in San Francisco there are a lot of atheists that you could get together with. Have you checked out something like Meetup.com?
Actually, I haven't checked out Meetup.com for the atheist side, but the guy that I work with, he's an atheist. He told me about it. He says that the Meetup is pretty cool. He met some really good people there.
Oh, well, why don't you do that then?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be Jewish. I just don't see any particular reason why you would pick that group. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my fellow Jews, and they have some tasty food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do.
And they're, but I mean, you know, I'm not going to overgeneralize Jews.
Well, I know that you and I mean, and particularly your sister Karen have, you know, both of you don't believe in God, but Karen especially has said that she loves the aspects of
she likes going to
the
temple.
Culture. Yeah, so there's so.
Like Shabbat is pretty cool. Like I love, and the Passover Seder that I celebrated was pretty awesome. But
okay,
and I mean, is it the case that maybe more so than in Christianity? Obviously, there are a lot of secular Jews who still do the traditional things because they like them, but they don't feel like, you know, believing in God is really a necessary part of.
You certainly wouldn't be the first atheist Jew. I mean, in fact, I think the statistics are something like in Israel, 40% of people who declare themselves Jewish also don't believe in a God. And being raised in that culture, you know, I have a lot of fondness and nostalgia for Jewish ritual. But if I didn't have any particular ties to it in the first place, I'm not sure that I would seek it out as the thing that I want for my social organization. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
I hear you.
If you're into it, then sure.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, there's something about that particular you know, community and that particular culture that I guess speaks to you in a way that, you know, other social outlets don't. You know, maybe you can't even put your finger on it yourself. I mean, who knows? Still,
I mean,
hey, free country, right? So.
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But I think, though, that at the same time, you really need to weigh the how extreme this sense of inner conflict is. I mean, if it's something that it's bugging you just enough, I guess, to inspire you to call us about it, then
I can tell you for sure that if it's bugging you now, it's not going to stop bugging you after you finish the conversion.
So it's probably just something that's going to require just a whole lot more reflection on your part before you, I guess, make the decision. And with the help of the class and all the rest of it.
Right. I mean, that is a good point, especially with the fact that I came out to my stepmother and told her that I'm an atheist again, and I told her that I was becoming Jewish as well. She thought that was contradictory. And my stepmother's a Christian, so she was saying like, "Oh, you'll see Jesus Christ again," and da 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 da. And the issue, and the way that the argument came about is when I posted something on Facebook relating to my support in marriage equality.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly spent a lot of time justifying why it would make any sense for anyone to call themselves an atheist Jew. And some people really disagree with me, like Dave Silverman thinks that's a dumb thing to do, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, when I say I'm an atheist Jew, I mean that I have ancestry and heritage and a history of Judaism. And if you're not religious and you don't have that family background, I just don't really see that much what you're going to get out of it.
And I'm thinking the same thing as well. It's just like, for example, I wouldn't go back to Christianity just to say that, oh, I'm an atheist. I wouldn't go through rededication or anything like that. It totally makes no sense at all. And so I'm thinking that I'm going to have to go ahead and part ties with the Reformed Synagogue community that I became familiar with.
Well, I mean, let me encourage you to keep a lookout for other social groups, perhaps atheist groups, that might provide you with that same sense of social ties, because
it may not even
end up friends.
And it may not even end up having that kind of a hook to it. Maybe there's something else you're into, like, I don't know, bowling, like you said, or golf, or playing music, or something like that, and you can find people
swing dancing.
Oh, well, no, don't go that far. Good God. Yeah. But, I mean, there are, like, I have different areas of like, this is not my be-all. I love being, contributing this little amount that I do to, this is kind of my outlet for atheist activism and also online and what have you. But I've got other aspects of my life that are different kind of social communities that I'm involved in. So I enjoy reading, I enjoy gaming, I do films. So, and each one of those kind of has its own little bit of a social community involved in it. So that's something else that I'd recommend too, is like diversify your portfolio when it comes to your different groups of friends. And
absolutely.
Because having that kind of keeps things fresh. And if you burn out of one, it's not like you don't have something else to still keep you engaged.
Exactly.
So that's a thing to think about too.
Okay, well, thanks for calling, Chris.
Good luck, man.
Anytime, Russell. Anytime, Martin. Have a good one, y'all.
You too.
See ya.
Good weekend.
Thank you. See ya. Peace.